Hello again, good friends. Welcome, new subscribers. I'm Brian from Apex Detail. Not a secret that I use the one bucket multiple method for the contact wash. However, that doesn't mean I forgot about you guys who use the two bucket method, including grit guards. So, with that said, let's take a look at the Detail Guardz Turbine Dirt Lock grit guard system. It is a unique design, something a little bit different. We'll have a little bit of fun with the video, so let's get out into the shop and take a look. The Turbine Dirt Lock is brought to us by the Detail Guard, same company that gives us the inserts for underneath the tires to keep our hoses and wires from getting hung up. The unit is 19 bucks. So for under $20, you could try a different design of the grit guard here. You could see it's the shape of a turbine. It has four legs at the bottom, which are pliable, so you can pull them in. You can pull them out depending on the size of your bucket. You'll also notice the skirts on the side are a little bit longer and also pliable, and they will lock against the side of the bucket when you slide it all the way down to the bottom. It has three little inserts for grip to put your fingers in to pull it out of the bucket. You'll notice the unique design from the fins up top all the way down through the Venturi funnels, where the dirt is funneled down to the bottom of the bucket and will not come back up through. So with the movement of your hand and the mitt in your hand up and down the bucket full of water, the dirt and the water will go down through the Venturi funnels, and only clean water will then come up through, and you can see how it locks into a standard bucket. If you have a larger bucket, there are inserts for the four legs to lock it into larger buckets, maybe found in some of the buckets for you guys over across the pond. We're going to insert it in my clear bucket so I can show you exactly how this works as we're washing a car. You will see how the four pliable legs conform to the bottom of the bucket, and that allows the skirt to butt up against the side of the bucket and lock in the grit guard, and that also locks the dirt down to the bottom of the bucket, not allowing it to circulate back up to the fresh and clean water up above. All right, so we have everything set up here. We have a bucket with shampoo and a wash mitt. We're going to wash this vehicle. This vehicle is going to be corrected, so I didn't pre-treat it. I didn't rinse it. I didn't foam it. We're going to wash it as is, so whatever marring or scratching may occur, it's going to disappear when it gets corrected anyway, so we'll use this as a guinea pig. And this will introduce some extreme grit to the bucket, and we'll see how the turbine handles it. We'll be going from the top down, of course. So the introduction of the grit into the bucket and down through the turbine will be gradual. So we'll see how it handles it little by little. Now, the problem I always had with grit guards is, yeah, the heavier grit will go down below the guards, but the water above is still cloudy and cannot filter that bucket 100%. Now, what you're supposed to do is take your hand with the mitt and go up and down from top to bottom, pushing it through like a turbine. And also scrape your mitt on the fins, which will loosen the dirt that can be stuck within the fingers of the wash mitt. I really don't have time to sit there and go up and down with my hand 28 times to filter the water, so we're just going to wash this naturally. I'm going to go in with my hand, scrape the mitt on the bottom of the fins to loosen that the large pieces of grit so they can fall down through, and we'll continue on and we'll see how this works. As you all know, I use the one bucket method myself with multiple mitts, 3, 4, 5 mitts, whatever. And I'll never introduce a dirty mitt back into the wash solution. I will keep this grit guard here inserted in that one bucket I have, even though I rinse it out and I clean the bucket in between washes, but I'll keep it in there to keep all of those mitts up from the bottom of the bucket, just in case. An extra piece of precaution, extra peace of mind, never hurts. You'll notice the water down below the guard, dark, murky. The guard is doing a good job locking that grit down below it. Also, the water above it is cloudy, and the manufacturer does want you to circulate that water down through the dirt guard by pushing your mitt from the top of the bucket down through, forcing the water through, and it will naturally then slowly filter the water. If you have time to do that, that's fine. I don't. I got to keep on moving throughout the day. So we're just going to see what happens here. You'll see tons of grit being pulled off of the car and being pulled down through the turbine to the bottom of the bucket. And then you'll see a nice clean mitt going back towards the bucket. A decent job with the heavy grit. However, there's going to be some micro particles in there floating in the top portion of the bucket. Okay, the car's squeaky clean from top to bottom. Now finished with the contact wash, we could pull the grit guard out of the bucket. We could rinse it thoroughly, under a tap, your garden hose, pressure washer, however you want to do it. Okay, now for what we all want to see, what was down below the guard left at the bottom of the bucket. Well, this is what it looked like. Okay, so from the same company that gave us the detail guards, the little inserts sliding in the corners of your tires to keep hoses and wires from getting hung up, now gives us the Turbine Dirt Lock. A unique design. I'll put a link down below for those that are interested. I'm going to keep with my one bucket system. However, I will insert the grit guard just for a little bit extra protection, even though I rinse out and wash the bucket before use and a dirty mitt never goes back in. Those 3, 4, 5 mitts that I'll put in there will never hit the bottom of the bucket with the guard, and if forbid any grit gets in there, it will stay down below and I don't have to worry about it. Brian from Apex Detail, catch you guys in the next video.